guys, this is Shanna. This is 20 of the top things I feel like you need to have successful travel, especially with kids. So you may notice that the first few of these actually aren't even, if you want to be prepared and have yourself set up for the most success with kids when you're traveling, here's what I'm going to recommend you pack first. The first thing that you need to have for successful travel is a plan. You're going to hear me say it in every single video. Plan, 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 plan. Because the plan is the most important thing. You need it before you can even take off. You've planned, you've bought your tickets, you know where you're going, you know what's happening. Plan. And that comes down to, you also need to have your plan on paper. A lot of people are going to disagree with me, especially in this day and age. It's so easy to just do email or smartwatches. It's so handy these days to just go completely paperless, but it never hurts to have those confirmation numbers, receipts, things like that, screenshotted, written down, printed out is how I prefer. But a lot of people don't anymore. But I'm going to recommend you have your plan in a backup form that doesn't require the internet, somewhere on you, about you, in a book, planner, plan. Plan is always number one with me. Plan. So the next thing that I think you need for success with travel at all, especially with kids, pack your patience. It is the number one thing that you're going to need after a plan because things aren't going to go as planned. I really wish that they did. I wish that they did more often. I've been at both ends, both a well-orchestrated machine and something that has absolutely hit the fan. With kids, you'll know nothing ever goes to plan, and you always need patience. But I've needed a lot of extra patience with myself. My husband has needed it with me, I with him. Sometimes you just need to remember that the next most important thing that you've put on your plate to take with you is patience. So the last thing that I think is the most important travel gear that's not actually gear is to take your quitter. That might sound crazy. And I've told you to plan and be patient and things don't go as planned, yada, yada. But guess what? You need to know when to quit. I feel this way about a lot of things. Actually, not enough people know when to just say, done, I'm out, it didn't work, I tried, it's great. Or when to just say, you know what, we have 3 more hours planned, but I can tell that we have 30 minutes to make it back to the hotel before these kids lose it. Or me. I know I need a meal, a snack in the next 10, or I'm out, I'm done, my energy is over. Please, think about it. Think about it ahead of time. Know what defines success for you and know when to quit. It's a really important skill to have because then you don't need your patience as much. Okay, so a couple of document things that I think are really important to have. So number 4 on my list of travel gear to have here is passport. We went ahead and we got our kids passports before they actually needed them because it takes so much time and energy and effort to get them. You have to have both parents there, on a Monday through Friday, 9 to 5 kind of schedule. You have to have the pictures. If you wait until you need it, then it's going to be a huge hassle. So get them before you need them. Number 5 is TSA pre-check. It is gold. Gold, 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 especially with children. You do not have to take off your shoes. You get a special shorter line. You don't have to pull out your liquids or your electronics. You don't have to take off your belt. You can take kids 12 and under with you for free. So I have it. My husband has it. All 4 of us get to go through the pre-check line. It's amazing. Had I realized the price difference was negligible and we would be traveling internationally so soon, I definitely would have gone for global entry. So do your research before you go. Do a much better job than I did as far as number 1, planning, and do what serves you right. But I can tell you, it saved us so much time going through all kinds of airports. So definitely, by all means, get you some pre-check or some global entry. Number 6 is, I have this on my keys, I'm gonna show you, chapstick holder. I love to have chapstick with me all the time, especially through airports, doctor's offices, any place, hospital where it might be really dry air or mountain air, dry air, just a place that's not as humid. I live in Houston, it's always humid. So when I'm somewhere else, I tend to feel like I'm just dried out. Chapstick holder. I have one of these clipped everywhere with fresh chapstick in it. It also works to to soothe my kid when she gets fussy. I'm like, oh, here's some Chapstick. And it works amazingly. So by all means, get you one of these things. And right next up is the hand sanitizer equivalent of that thing. Bath and Body Works hand sanitizers, they have adorable clips. This used to be a swan and now it has no head, but it still works. So hand sanitizer everywhere, clipped on, because if you're watching this in the spring of 2020, you know there's some stuff going around. So cut it off, have it handy. Chapstick, hand sanitizer, another thing that distracts my kid pretty well. It's got glitter in it, loves it. Smells good. So these clip right on. They're travel gear. They're easy to have. And then you can stay clean because you never know when you're touching or eating or gross everywhere. Everywhere in the world. Everywhere. Gross. Gross. Okay. Let's see. Water bottle. Number 8 for my travel gear you must have is a water bottle. Here's a couple of options. This, awesome. Check it. Empty. Full. Empty. Full. Empty. Full. Problem is, kid does that with water in it, and so it's like empty. Fountain. 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 Don't do that. Love them. We got them. They expand. They're super handy. You can, one of the things I love, I'm going to show you both of these because I love them. This one will pressurize on an airplane and then spew everywhere, so keep that in mind. So both of these, the part you put your mouth on closes off from the outside world. Thank you. Ew. Again, stuff all around, all the time, everywhere. We can close off that part we're going to put our face on. Thank you, Jesus. And they have hooks. Look at that, hooks. I actually have a couple of these that don't have a hook. I totally regret it, and I check every time I buy them now. Hooks. So take a water bottle because you need a drink. And so right after that, what else do you need with the drink? You need a snack. So be sure and pack a snack. I legitimately take those shoe-sized Tupperwares full of granola bars, what we call breakfast cookies, fruit snacks, and I take them in my checked luggage. Took them to Europe, take them to Disney. I will take those puppies everywhere. By putting them in these hard shell plastics, it keeps it from disintegrating because, as you know, Nature Valley bars are dusty enough without any hope. So I got this. I think it's like a pencil holder from an office supply store, but it fits right into my backpack. It's super handy. I love it. I take it everywhere. I can throw it in the bottom of the stroller, put it in the backpack, take it with me, pull it in, pull it out, refill it every day from my bigger stash that I've packed in my check luggage. And it's super handy to have, and I'm ready to go. We have a drink, we have a snack, and we can reset just that easily. Oh, number 10, backpack. I love a backpack. A lot of women these days have giant bags that are like on one shoulder, but a backpack, anybody can wear. I can hook it on the back of a stroller, provided it's not too heavy, make it fall over. I can hook it on the back of a stroller. I can put it on my back, be hands-free. It holds lots of things. It's easy to have security check and mingle. If you have it on your arm, it's hard. It falls off. It's not as easy. You set it down, you forget it. If it's on your backpack, you can even go to the bathroom without having to take the thing off. Super handy. Number 11. If you have small children or you're going for a particularly long time and you have small-ish children, you need a stroller. We found ours and we absolutely love it. It's a Zobo from Babies R Us. Probably not gonna find one of those, but maybe they'll come back. Or you can at least look for the things that we love about it. It has a cup holder. It has 2 handles, not a straight across bar handle, so it folds differently than a lot of like umbrella style strollers. It reclines fully. It has 5-point harness. It has a very long or deep sunshade, so when the kids recline to nap, it covers her fully. You can fold it super easily. You just pull it straight up and all 4 wheels stay on the ground, and it folds and stands. It will stand on its own while it is folded. This is super handy. A lot of umbrella strollers do this like weird, the wheels go 2 different direction things. You're like on the ground. This one you shoop and get on a bus, off the subway, wherever you're going. It has a great under basket underneath. We actually were able to find like a saddlebag that goes on the side that's insulated to put snacks in. It is so handy. I super recommend thinking through the kind of stroller that you're going to buy, what you're going to do with it to take with you. The fact that it stands on its own when folded and folds easily is golden. We also added like a parent tray to the top to give us more cup holders and things, but that's just like a super generic Velcro's on. Awesome. So with the stroller, number 12, get yourself a stroller bag. I didn't bring it in here, but it's folds into a bag itself, and you just take it out. So we will wheel our stroller, we'll gate check it through an airport. When we get close, we pull our bag out, we put our stroller in our bag because gate checking is so rough on a stroller. We took our very same stroller that we've lovingly been super hard on for years and years and years, but we threw it in one of these, like, got it off Amazon. It's like kind of indestructible, lifetime warranty, gorilla style bags. It has a handle to carry it. They can tag it right on that. International travel, you have to have a stroller bag. So I was super glad that we did. The only downside is that it was solid black, so it's a little bit harder to spot, but it was really handy. I'm glad we have it. Just, it helps protect it a little bit. I've seen some serious like stroller damage coming off of gate checking strollers. So I would highly recommend throwing it in a bag. It takes like 2 seconds. And then if any of the accessories or anything come off, they're in the bag. It's really handy. It helps just pick it up and keep going. Okay, so one of the other things that I absolutely love, and I have on my stroller at all times, whether we're traveling or not, even just around the house, like at the zoo, close by trips, is a mommy hook. And the mommy hooks are great because you can hook on a bag, you can hook on trick or treat buckets, you can hook on these water bottle rings, you can hook almost anything on a mommy hook. They have come in handy for so many things. You can help brace the backpack better so that it doesn't make the stroller fall over. Sorry about that. I went and grabbed a mommy hook. It just hooks on to everything. It's basically a big, what are they, D-ring or carabiner or whatever, but it's like giant. And I like this one because it has padding. You can carry like a bunch of bags with it. The kids like to play with them. I don't know why, but I do. I have one on each handle of my stroller because they're so handy. You can do so many things with them. Something that not enough people think about is the weather. Where are you going? We live in the South where it's humid. We tend to go to Disney World a lot where it rains like every day. Our trip to France in January, it was the forecast called for a lot of rain. So we actually have and take with us, we have these tiny little travel umbrellas that expand out into a full-size umbrella. We also each have our own poncho, so it's a little bit nicer than, say, like a disposable one or one you would buy in the Disney parks. It's reusable, but it's super lightweight and it gets the job done. I don't need like a full-on raincoat. That's not a thing I want to pack and lug around, but little bitty, pretty durable ponchos are pretty handy because we were able, like, when we were in Paris, we were able to just throw them on top of all of our cold weather gear and go that route. Something else that we planned for, we had, the cold weather in Paris, long underwear, wool socks, boot warmers, winter boots that were waterproof. So think about the weather and plan accordingly. So whatever your weather gear is, one more thing for weather gear, we have a stroller cover. It's like a stroller rain cover that goes on our umbrella stroller that we pack into a small bag and take with us. Because when it rains, you need that covered. Plus then you can put like your backpack and stuff you need to stay dry in under the stroller cover so that it all stays dry and great. Something that I thought about before we went to Europe, especially to France where pickpockets can be really bad, was a very small crossbody bag. And I got this one on Amazon. It was like super cheap and it has all the little compartments and places that you need. So I didn't necessarily need to carry like a wallet or anything like that because it all just kind of tucks in here. But what fits in here was all of our passports. Our passports fit in here perfectly. I was able to take this and have this on crossbody so that it's harder to pickpocket under my winter coat and keep it safe that way so that it kept everything that we needed close by, handy to use, but also incredibly safe because some places are really known for pickpockets. I actually still use this as my primary bag because it's just so easy. But something that goes across your body is harder to steal. All right, let's talk about something that I'm so glad that we have. My husband actually found this as like the next car seat for our big girl. Look at this. I can tuck this into a little pocket on my backpack. I can tuck this not into that purse, but into a different purse. This is a car seat. We were able to use these. Look at that, folds out like this. These little things pop out right here to appropriately size for your honey and brace your seat. This comes up behind your kiddo. This pulls the seatbelt. Instead of boosting your kid up, this actually takes the seatbelt and positions the seatbelt appropriately for your kid, making the seatbelt hit them as if they were boosted up. These are fully approved in the US. We were able to throw them into a backpack and use them in taxis in Europe and New York. And it is 100% legal and safety tested and our children were safe. Plus we can carry them. It's easy. As soon as you're loading up in a taxi, you throw these in. It takes like a minute. It's amazing. This is the best. I have told so many people about this MyFold car seat. This is gold. Game changer, especially for travel. Luggage. We have tons of different luggage. We've had tons of different luggage over the years. We bought hard shell suitcases. This is a set of 3. They're smaller. They're in here. I'm not pulling them out. Hard shell luggage. I love it. It is also a very unique print. We actually had our luggage lost at the Orlando airport one time. We told them that it had Bell on the front and they found it within about 2 minutes. Get unique to spot luggage, hard shell. It gets scratched, mangled, roughed up, toe up, but all my stuff is safe. Love it. I would replace with hard shell again. Definitely a sound investment. Oh, something else about the luggage is that it's great. It has 4 wheels on the bottom, and so you just kind of push it along. You don't have to tilt it to drag it. It's amazing. Toiletries. Paul was great and bought me a special toiletry bag. It kind of replaces one that we had before that's just been used out. So I recommend getting a toiletry bag that kind of folds up and expands out and has a hook, because what you can do, almost every bathroom in every hotel I've ever been in has somewhere a towel rod, a robe peg, something where you can hang your toiletry bag. It keeps the counter space free. It keeps all of your stuff in your bag so that you're not putting stuff all, like your toothbrush, all over the hotel bathroom. It keeps it safe and secure and up away from your kiddos if they're messing around a bathroom. Any of that. It's a great thing to have, and you just unzip it and hang it. You don't have to pull it all out. You don't have to pack. Like, we have a set of travel everything that we just keep in this bag. So it just goes right back into the closet when we're done, and we pull it out when we're ready to go again. Make sure we have everything we need. So here is an example of the toiletry bag. It just folds out. Boom. It's got this awesome, like, I don't know, wipes clean, which is really great, but you can just hang it and see everything is already in here that we take with us. Little nail file, nail clippers, band-aids, floss, all of our travel stuff here. I love it. And it just folds up, and we store it like this, and we take it out when we need it and hang it at a hotel. It's great. So if you have kids, you know that, the stuff that the products in hotels, aren't tear-free, aren't what you use at home. You don't necessarily want to expose your kids to that. I found this at a grocery store. I call it a soap saver. I don't know what it actually is, but we have their special tear-free bar of Dove soap in here, and I just leave it in there. And then you cinch it up, and I just take this with us. And then I don't have to worry about washcloths or whatever products they might have in the hotel or don't have. This just lathers right up, and I use it, and then I leave it to dry, and it's ready to go. Like, it's dry and ready to pack back in our bag the next morning. So then we just take it with us. So this has lasted us several vacations, and you just refill and reuse the soap as needed. This is awesome. I don't know why, but I haven't gotten one for home use yet. Travel gear, Bluetooth headphones. We have the plug that allows you to plug in. So my kiddos were able to use the full over-ear headphones on the international flights, the airplanes. Amazing. I have some that are noise canceling, but I recommend having and traveling with headphones. You can put them on, they can listen to whatever their own thing is. You're not allowed to use any kind of sound on, like, an airplane, for example, anyway. You have to have your own headphones. I love these. So these are our Frozen 2 ones for the little one, but they're just handy. They're wonderful to have all the time. So I highly recommend getting a set headphones. Thanks so much for joining us today. If you found anything here entertaining or informative, please scroll down and hit the subscribe button. We enjoyed sharing with you, and if you have any tried or true tips, hacks, gear, any of that, I'm sure that I'll have another video that's got more things that we use and swear by. But these were just the top 20 off the top of my head. Thanks so much for coming and for staying to the end.